ever see clouds? I'm not even paying attention. Hello, I'm Jamie, and I'm here again, fresh from the ether. I had to take a little time to do this second part of my ghost stories videos because I successfully scared myself. After filming that video, I literally would have my cats in the same room as me, and I would also be with Pedro, so everyone was in the same room, and then I would hear moving around. It would sound like stuff was falling over, but then I would go to the room and there would be nothing there, and it's oh, what if it's your neighbors? I know what my neighbors sound like in this point. It wasn't neighbors, it was something else. That spooked me really hard. Now I'm back and I'm ready to tell some of the scarier stories now. I don't know if I'm ready, but I want to paint some. We're all freshly painted, so all the cracks are filled in. We're good to go. This is still my palette. I'm waiting for it to get all filled up so that I can just peel it off in one go, because I think that'd be really fun. Anyway, I've been informed by some family members that there are ones that I'm leaving out, so I have to tell them. I kind of was holding back from telling this one particular story because it's more of a feeling-based thing than seeing something or hearing something. So as you guessed, this happened while I was on vacation on another ghost tour. I was camping with my family and we were in Plymouth, Massachusetts. We went to a cemetery. We're walking around and I'm getting nauseous. I'm getting so dizzy. I don't know. It was a really bizarre experience because later the tour guide told us that it has been found that there's a spiritual vortex there or something, like a portal, and it has really weird effects on people. Psychic mediums have been known to talk about the vortex there and stuff. That did freak me out. I just couldn't explain what was happening to me. And I don't know, I didn't necessarily want to be oh, I'm feeling a vortex in space and time and this is making me fucking nauseous. That sounds insane. Which is kind of why I was refraining from sharing that piece of the story because, it's pretty far-fetched. But yeah, that story is kind of spooky. It's very much just based on personal feelings, so I have a hard time rationalizing it because it's how my body felt in that particular moment. It doesn't feel like science. Something you need to know about me is that I don't want to say I'm scared of cemeteries, but I get ooky feelings when I'm in a cemetery. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the fact that death is so in my face and I haven't come to terms with my own mortality. Some people like cemeteries. I don't not like cemeteries. They just make me feel really bizarre. I'm just gonna say that. They give me really weird feelings that I can't quantify scientifically. That's kind of where a lot of my discomfort comes from. It's just the lack of empirical evidence in terms of my paranormal experience. So I guess now I'll move on to the stories I was going to leave off on. Me and my mom and I, we were driving home from my gymnastics practice once, so it was 9:30 at night probably. And the roads upstate are super windy. They're mountain roads, so you're always going around the corner. It's night. You kind of can't really see what's in front of you until your headlights hit it. We were literally almost to my house, and we go around a corner, and on the side of the road, oh my God, it's so weird. I saw this amorphous black shadow thing just kind of walking on the side of the street, and there's no sidewalks upstate where I'm from, except in the main town, and there's 2 sidewalks. Almost as soon as we saw it, it kind of just disappeared into the folds of the forest, basically. It almost dissolved out of existence. And such a strange experience, because I asked my mom if she saw it too, and she said yes at the time and that it was super weird. But then I asked her a couple years ago if she remembered it, and she said no. Maybe she was humoring me at the time. Who knows? Either way, that kind of freaked me out because it felt more of an elemental thing, some sort of being of the forest, not necessarily a ghost, but maybe an entity. Aren't ghosts entities? An elemental entity. I haven't really put too much thought behind it because it was really bizarre. I wish I could be like my mom and just forget that kind of thing, but that stuck in my memory. So moving on to my next story. My camera stopped recording and I have no idea where it left off, so I'll start this story over. My family likes to hang up decorative plates around the house. We have this one spot in our house where we have family photos to pay homage. This one spot we have in our house has like photos of my grandma Bobby, and my dad was hanging up plates around her photos, and they were like plates with these beautiful flowers on them. The whole family was there. We were all making sure that the feng shui was nice, making sure that it looked pretty. We were all watching him put the plates up onto the wall, and we see the plate lift from the hook and fly off. At least that's what I remember. And I was a kid, mind you. So if my family would like to correct me, please do so. I remember the plate coming because it was hanging on a hook. It wasn't like it was just like on the wall. And it literally came up and flew off the wall and shattered all over the ground. So we were thinking, that's weird. Maybe it just slipped off. So my dad puts up another plate with flowers on it, and it happened again. The plate lifted up and flew off of the wall. We're all sitting there like watching it happen. Like, did that really occur? So by that point, my dad had the thought that it was his dad, my grandpa, my Jaji. He thought my grandpa was getting pissed that we were making a shrine to Grandma Bobby, and so he was getting pissed and throwing the plates off the wall. So my dad had the brilliant idea of putting up plates with vintage cars, and those ones stayed on just fine, and they're still up there. I'm pretty sure they're still up there. So my dad just says my grandpa was just jealous of the shrine being made, and he wanted some attention too. So he got the attention. And then another one was that my uncle, who was living with us at the time, he's deaf, mostly deaf, and he would say that he would feel people walking around upstairs when we weren't home. So that's kind of weird. And this is all leading up to my scariest story. So I'm gonna paint some stuff now so I can put off telling this story. And to be honest, this last story isn't even my story, it's my sister's story. And it gives me the chills for some reason. It scares me more than any other story my family has in our house anyway. Basically, how it goes, my sister's bedroom was on like the first floor of our house, and me and my other sister and my parents, we were up on the top floor. My sister was in high school, so she was staying down in that room. And one night it was like really late and it was raining really, really hard out. We had a dog at the time, so I know I was super young. And she heard the dog crying in the basement because it was raining, it was thunder and lightning, and the dog was probably really scared, you know? So she was going down to the basement to make sure the dog was okay, and she heard high heel shoes walking across the ground. And then she heard a woman's voice say, "It's okay, puppy, it's okay." Or something along the lines of that. And so she came away from the basement door. She went upstairs to make sure that we were all sleeping in our beds, which we were. And I'm pretty sure she stayed upstairs with us because that is sufficiently creepy in my honest opinion. I've heard walking on grass before, like whatever. But I haven't heard someone say something. Like, I haven't heard someone be like, "It's okay, puppy, it's okay." I don't know. That one makes me feel yucky. Because, like, who was the lady in the basement and why is she walking around? It's nice that she was, like, looking after the dog, though. Like, it's nice that she was trying to, like, make the puppy feel better. But at the same time, like, girl, you're scaring everyone in the house. Shit. It's the next day. I've had a lot of time to think about this. And by a lot of time, I just mean a few hours. I was feeling really proud of this painting as I was doing it. I was like hyping myself up, like, yeah, you're doing such a good job. The sky looks amazing. You're doing so good on the tree. Just like really hyping myself up. But now that I'm looking at it with my fresh morning eyes, I'm witnessing a lot of problems. Of course. And this time, my camera did not die, but my card filled up. There's a natural ending to everything. So I have it here. We're gonna do a final reveal. I got very far in this painting. last night, and I'm really proud of that because I keep only getting to background and sky. It's fine. It's fine. There are no winners. There are no losers. This is just painting. Happy accidents. Thanks, Bob. Here she is. At first glance, it's fine. But if you look more into it, okay, yeah, the tree with the ghost, cool. Sky, cool. Mountains, cool. What is happening here? It's so muddy. Upon further analysis, I have remembered a basic concept of light and how things as they get closer to you appear darker. So the background should be lighter, and then as you pull forward, the layers should become darker. I didn't do that. Look, it's all the same tone. In fact, my background is darker than my foreground. Why did I do that? Why did that happen? I mean, but this tree is fucking baller. And look at my little ghost. And like some of the leaves. If the painting was just this, that'd be cute. But then we go like this and it's like, why? So let's take off the tape. Right now I'm feeling very down, why did I do this? Why did this happen? Okay, it's kind of cute. This area still bothers me. No amount of tape pulling will save this area for me. ASMR. So from last week, I think there was some improvements. The sky is way better. The ghost is way better. The tree is way better. Background though, not so much what I like. Look at the little flowers. Aren't the little flowers just so cute? And this tree, I really like the tree. I really like the clouds. Okay, I don't hate it. I really enjoy it. That blue line next to the mountain, I don't know if you can see it, but my mountain tips are not that crisp. Maybe I should change up my technique. I just need to work on making my foreground darker than my background, and I think it would be less muddled. So what lesson did I learn while doing this one? Sometimes you can be overly confident, and that can be a good thing. But other times you need to just put in a little bit more thought so that you don't wind up with a muddy mess. But yeah, it's kind of funny doing such a serene painting with my scarier stories, even though they weren't even like that scary, but they still terrified me at the time and kind of still to this day. This is this, that is that, and I'm just gonna keep painting and talking about stuff. Time is a flat circle. I keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. I need to learn and break the cycle and stop doing shitty foreground. I'm just happy the ghost is cute. So yeah, don't let ghosts into your house. You know, keep it casual. I'll see you later. Bye. I really like this one, which means that when I take the tape off, I'll probably hate it.